Imagine this. You wake up one morning, walk into a store, and find that a loaf of bread costs $1 billion. Your life savings can't even buy a bus ticket. This isn't science fiction. It actually happened in Zimbabwe, Venezuela, and even Germany after World War I. So here's the burning question. If printing money can destroy an economy, how on earth do countries like the United States, Japan, or the UK keep printing trillions and still stay afloat? Buckle up, because today we're going to peel back the curtain on one of the greatest financial mysteries of our time. How countries print money without going broke. On the surface, money printing sounds like cheating. If a government can just fire up the printing press and create more bills, shouldn't that make everyone richer? But here's the catch. Money is not wealth. It's just a claim on wealth. Real wealth is farms, factories, skills, technology, and the goods and services we produce. Now, when a country prints too much money without creating more wealth, that's when disaster strikes. Hyperinflation, empty grocery shelves, people carrying cash in wheelbarrows just to buy milk. So why don't wealthy nations suffer the same fate? What's their trick? Here's the dramatic twist. It's not the paper itself that matters, it's trust. Countries like the US and Japan have currencies the world trusts. The US dollar, for example, isn't just American money. It's the world's reserve currency. Global oil, global trade, global savings, all flow through the dollar. That means when the US prints money, it doesn't just stay in America. Dollars spread around the world. Other countries want those dollars. They buy them, hold them, and trade them. This is like having a magic credit card that never maxes out, as long as everyone believes you'll eventually pay the bill. But trust alone isn't enough. Countries also rely on something powerful called the central bank. Take the Federal Reserve in the US or the Bank of Japan. These institutions don't just print money randomly. They carefully inject it into the financial system. They buy government bonds, lend to banks, and stabilize markets. Think of them as tightrope walkers, balancing carefully. Print too little, the economy collapses into recession. Print too much, inflation explodes. It's a dangerous balancing act, and sometimes even the best slip. Look at Argentina, where trust in the peso collapsed, or Turkey, where inflation eats away at paychecks every day. Here's where it gets really dramatic. What happens if trust in a major currency collapses? Imagine the world waking up tomorrow and saying, "We don't trust the US dollar anymore." Trillions of dollars would come rushing back to America. Prices would skyrocket. The government could no longer borrow cheaply. The entire global financial system could crack. It's a chilling thought, because it shows how fragile the system really is. Printing money works until the day it doesn't. So why do some countries get away with endless printing while others fall into chaos? It boils down to three things: global demand for their currency, strong independent central banks, powerful economies. That's why Japan, with a debt-to-GDP ratio of over 250%, hasn't collapsed, while Zimbabwe's economy imploded. It's not about how much money you print. It's about whether the world believes your money is worth holding. So the next time you hear that a government is printing trillions, don't imagine factories churning out endless paper bills. Imagine a high-stakes game of trust, played on the tightrope of global finance. Because here's the ultimate truth. Countries don't go broke because they print money. They go broke when people stop believing in the money they print. And if that belief ever cracks, even in the mighty dollar, the world could change overnight. So, the real question isn't how long can countries print money without going broke. It's this: what happens the day the world finally stops trusting them?